Right now, one of your ideal clients is searching for exactly what you do. They're not asking a colleague and they're not waiting for a referral. They're sitting at a laptop, probably late in the evening, and they're quietly deciding which firm they want to work with next. And there's a very good chance they're not going to find you. Not because you're not the best choice, but because the way clients search for expertise has fundamentally changed. And most high-ticket advisory and consulting firms just haven't changed with it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, why it's more urgent than most firms realize, and what the ones who are getting it right are doing differently. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Rob. I work with established advisory and consulting firms who want to become the most trusted, most visible authority in their niche, so that the right clients find them first and choose them without hesitation. Let's talk about what's actually going on. Let me paint you a picture. It's 9:30 on a Tuesday evening. A managing partner at a mid-sized firm is sitting at her kitchen table with a glass of wine and her laptop. She has a problem her current advisor hasn't been able to solve. Now, she's not panicking, but she's quietly deciding it's time to find someone new. At this point, she's not going to call anyone tonight. She's just going to look. So she types a question into Google, and maybe she asks an AI tool for recommendations. She clicks on a video from someone who seems to really understand the problem she's dealing with, and she watches it. Then she watches another one from the same person. By the time she closes her laptop that night, she hasn't spoken to a single firm, but she already has a favorite. And that's not hypothetical. That is how your clients are choosing right now. According to recent research from Forrester, 92% of B2B buyers start their search with at least one specific vendor already in mind. Before they call anyone, before they send a single email, they already have a favorite. And there's some other research from 6 Sense that found that in 95% of cases, the firm that wins the deal was already on the client's shortlist on day one of their search. Day one. That means the decision, the real decision, is happening long before you ever have a conversation. Now I'm going to hit you with some more stats. Gartner found that roughly 80% of the B2B buying journey now happens without any direct contact with a vendor. Yeah, 80%. Your clients are forming opinions, building shortlists, and in many cases, making their choice all before they pick up the phone. And if you're not showing up in those moments, if your name isn't coming up, your thinking isn't visible, your voice isn't there, well, you're not in the running. Actually, you don't even know the race has happened. Now, this has always been somewhat true. Reputation, visibility, word of mouth, these things have always mattered. But something has fundamentally changed in the last couple of years or so that makes this more urgent than it has ever been. AI. Not AI as a buzzword, not AI as something your IT department is looking into. AI as the way your clients are actively searching for expertise right now. Again, there's research showing that 94% of B2B buyers are now using AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's Gemini, or the AI overviews that pop up in a Google search as part of the buying process. They're not just Googling traditionally anymore. They're asking AI which firms are most respected in your space. And they're asking AI to recommend the best advisor for their specific problem. And here's what makes this completely different from traditional search. When you Google something, you get 10 results, maybe 20. You click around, you compare, and you form your own view. But when you ask AI, you get one answer, maybe 2 or 3 sources cited, and that's it. And if you're not one of those sources, well, you just don't exist in that moment. Full stop. So the question then becomes, How does AI decide who to recommend? Well, it looks for authority. It looks for a consistent, visible track record of expertise, content that's structured, credible, and findable. Content that demonstrates you genuinely know what you're talking about. And the platform that AI trusts most for that kind of content? It's YouTube. Now, again, more research. There's data from Bright Edge, one of the leading AI search research firms, that shows that YouTube is cited by AI search engines 200 times more than any other video platform. Not twice as much, 200 times. Even AI tools that have no obligation to favor Google, like ChatGPT or Perplexity, they still go to YouTube first when they want to cite a trusted expert. Why? Because every YouTube video, when done right, comes with transcripts, captions, structured metadata, timestamps. AI can read it and verify it and cite it with confidence. It treats a well-structured YouTube video the same way it treats a well-researched article, except video also carries something an article can't. It carries your voice and your presence, your credibility as a human being. And once AI decides to trust you, once your channel establishes authority in your niche, research shows that brands cited by AI maintain that position with less than 20% variation month to month. So the early movers get locked in. AI learns to trust them, and it keeps recommending them. That means the firms that build a presence now will be the ones getting recommended a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And the firms that wait will be competing for attention against people who have already been building trust with AI and with clients for years. Now, I can already hear what some of you are thinking. Rob, we're a relationship business. We built this firm on trust and personal connection. We're not going to start dancing on TikTok or chasing subscribers. And I want to be really clear, that's not what I'm talking about. The firms I work with are not trying to become influencers. They're not interested in viral moments or trending audio. What they understand is this: video is the most human thing on the internet. When a prospective client watches you explain something, hears your voice, follows your reasoning, and sees how you handle a genuinely complex idea, they begin to trust you before they've ever shaken your hand. At this point in tech evolution, where AI-generated content is flooding every inbox and every search result, a real human expert speaking with genuine authority is actually more differentiated than ever. Your prospective clients are already deeply skeptical about what they can trust online. They're sophisticated people who have seen enough polished, produced, hollow content to last a lifetime. So a thoughtful, honest, slightly imperfect video from someone who clearly knows their field, well, that cuts through everything. This isn't marketing in the way you might think of marketing. It's a relationship that starts before the first call. By the time that managing partner, the one at her kitchen table at 9:30 on a Tuesday night, picks up the phone to book a conversation with you, she already knows how you think. She already trusts you, and she's already decided. The call isn't a sales conversation then, it's just a formality. And you don't need a production studio to get there. Some of the most effective videos I've seen from advisory firms, or from anybody for that matter, were recorded in an office, on a laptop, or a phone, with nothing but genuine expertise and a clear point of view. They're relatable and real, and that outperforms polished and produced every single time for this audience. Here's the part I want you to sit with. Most of the firms I talk to are used to making deliberate, careful decisions. And that's not a weakness, of course. It's how you've built a reputation worth protecting. But the pace of change in how clients find and choose advisors right now is moving faster than most firms' typical decision cycle. The window to establish this kind of authority isn't closed, but it is closing. And the firms watching this video, the ones with an established reputation, a genuine area of expertise, and clients who already trust them, are exactly the kind of firms that should move on this now, before their competitors do. If what I've described today resonates, if you've been quietly aware that your digital presence doesn't necessarily reflect the reputation you've built offline, I'd like to have a conversation. I offer something I call an authority diagnostic. It's a focused conversation reserved for established firms that are ready to bridge that gap between their offline expertise and their online presence. We skip the why part because if you've watched this far, you're already understanding why. So we go straight to the how. In that session, we'll look at your specific business, your niche, your existing reputation, and we'll map out exactly what a YouTube presence would look like for your firm. The strategy, the content approach, and what it would genuinely take to become the most trusted, most visible authority in your space. You'll leave with clarity on whether this is the right move for your firm right now, and if it is, a clear picture of exactly what the path forward looks like. The link to book that call is in the description box below. No pressure, no obligation, but if the window I've described today concerns you at all, that's probably a sign worth paying attention to. I'll see you in the next video.